man, y'all. I stand here because of the people that came before me. Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, Will Smith, and to be amongst those giants, amongst those greats, amongst my ancestors, amongst my guys. Thank you, everybody in this room and everybody at home for supporting me over my career. I feel performing a song off of one of the most relatable albums of all time, Her Loss.
Michael B. Jordan just flipped the whole story and got his moment back after that huge Oscars win. People are talking crazy, saying that right before he and Lori split, she looked him dead in the face and told him he would never win an Oscar. That's wild to even hear now. And look how things turned out. He actually did it. Meanwhile, folks are saying she really believed Damson would grab one before Michael ever got close, which sounds off because nobody was even putting Damson in that kind of conversation like that. It's like she was betting on the wrong wave at the wrong time. You already know how Lori moves. People keep saying she likes being tied to whoever has the most buzz and status at the moment, and back then she thought that was Damson. But now it's 2026 and the tone has completely changed. And people are saying she's regretting that decision heavy. For anyone who missed it, social media has been going in on Lori nonstop since the Oscars wrapped up. And honestly, this reaction didn't come out of nowhere at all. It's hard not to think she saw this coming. People are saying Lori already knew the internet was going to come for her the second Michael got that Best Actor nomination for Sinners. And that's exactly how it played out. Now here's where it gets even messier. Folks connected to Lori were telling blogs that neither she, Damson, or anyone close to her showed up at the Oscars this year for a reason. They reportedly knew there was a real chance Michael could win, and they wanted no part of being in that room when it went down. That says a lot. And let's be real, award shows can get awkward fast, especially with that kind of history in the air. So people are saying she made the smart move by staying far away that night. Meanwhile, Michael, completely unbothered, he pulled up with his mom, Donna Jordan, looking solid, and walked out with that award like it was always meant for him. As soon as it happened, social media lit up crazy. People were congratulating him heavy, but at the same time, they did not let Lori slide at all. A lot of posts started comparing Damson to Michael, calling the whole situation a major downgrade and saying Michael is on a whole different level right now. Some even took it further, claiming that ever since Lori stepped out of his life, Michael's been on a non-stop winning streak. The timing has people talking, and they are not being quiet about it at all. When Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey split, something shifted big time. That man has been on a whole different run ever since, directing major films and now securing an Oscar. It really got people saying sometimes the glow-up really does start right after a breakup. No joke. You can already hear the chatter online. Folks saying if they were in Michael's position, they'd be celebrating loud. And whenever Lori and Damson get brought up, people keep pointing out that Damson doesn't have an Oscar, and they are not saying it quietly either. Now, yeah, some of those comments sound petty, but a lot of people feel like there's a reason behind it. There's been talk that when Michael and Lori first broke up, her side allegedly pushed a negative narrative about him. Stories were floating around painting him as unfaithful and questioning his dating history, and it spread fast. What makes it more interesting is that none of those claims were ever confirmed, and Michael never jumped in to respond. He stayed silent, stayed focused, and kept working behind the scenes on a role that would eventually land him that Oscar. That quiet move is hitting different now. After their breakup, rumors were also circulating that the split had something to do with him reconnecting with his ex, Ashlyn Castro. But again, nothing was ever proven. Still, the internet ran with it anyway. And now people are looking back at everything with a whole new perspective. Those rumors didn't just appear out of nowhere. They were actually being pushed by Lisa Ray, who just so happens to be close friends with Lori's mom, Marjorie. Because of that connection, a lot of people took what she said seriously, and it only made things messier since neither Lori nor Marjorie stepped in to shut it down. According to Lisa Ray, the whole story about Lori not being ready for marriage was completely false. She claimed Lori did want to marry Michael, but found out just days before a supposed proposal that he was involved with his ex, and she wasn't going for that at all. And listen, Lisa Ray was not being quiet about any of this. She got on camera and spoke very boldly, basically putting everything out there and letting the story run wild. It caught a lot of attention fast. Meanwhile, Lori stayed silent and didn't directly address any of it, but people noticed that these narratives kept spreading without any pushback.
Right after that, I went through my very first public breakup. Now, most people after a breakup are like, I'm gonna get in better shape. But I was already in Creed shape. So I had to be like, all right, I guess I'll learn a new language. Anyway, estoy en raya. After the breakup, everyone thought I was so heartbroken because when the news came out, I was at a basketball game and they caught me looking like this.
Silence had folks side-eyeing the situation, with some saying it felt like the claims were being allowed to grow without challenge, and that only made things look worse for Michael at the time. And it didn't stop there, because right in the middle of all that drama, Steve Harvey and Marjorie jumped online and had people raising eyebrows. No direct names were dropped, but the timing had everyone connecting the dots real quick. Steve posted, "Love yourself, my G," and then followed it up with, "Sometimes we need to thank God for what didn't happen." Those posts had the internet buzzing heavy, with people convinced he was throwing subtle shade at Michael without saying it outright. Then it got even louder. Just days later, during an interview with Hoda and Jenna, Steve spoke on Lori's situation and made it sound like that relationship was a lesson she had to learn the hard way. He said, "She's growing up as a public figure. She doesn't get to make her mistakes like everybody else. Everybody else gets to make their mistakes in the cloak of darkness at your house." He kept going, saying, "Hers gets publicized," and added, "But she's done a really good job of figuring it out and getting it right." That whole statement had people debating like crazy, trying to read between every line. Now fast forward to Michael securing that Oscar, and the energy around all of this feels completely different. People are revisiting those moments and questioning everything, especially with how things played out since then. And just when you think that was the end of it, more kept unfolding. Marjorie didn't stay quiet either. She added her own layer to the situation, and people definitely caught it. She reposted a clip of actress Jennifer Lewis saying, "If you sit and shit for too long, it stops smelling, so come thee out of there." The internet immediately connected the dots, and a lot of folks felt like that message was aimed straight at Michael. That alone had people talking, but then Lori stepped in too. She posted a photo of a license plate that read, "Dump him," and that only made the situation look even messier. The timing had everyone side-eyeing hard and assuming it wasn't random at all. And just when things couldn't get more intense, more claims started popping up. Jason Lee later shared that he ran into Lori at Essence Fest not long after the breakup. According to him, he asked her directly about the rumors surrounding Michael being unfaithful. Now here's where it gets interesting. Instead of clearly shutting it down, he said she paused and gave a reaction that caught him off guard. He described it like she froze up for a second, which people took as her being surprised by the question. That moment alone had the internet running wild with even more speculation. And even with all that talk flying around, Michael never came out swinging or trying to clear his name. He stayed quiet the entire time, and that silence had people split down the middle. Some thought it made him look guilty, while others were saying he was just moving smart and not feeding into the chaos. While all the rumors and side comments kept spreading, he was locked in behind the scenes, building his next move step by step. No messy interviews, no online back and forth, just work. And now looking at where he's at, that approach is hitting way different, because fast forward to now, and he's standing on that Oscar stage with a major win under his belt. That moment flipped the whole narrative, and suddenly people started questioning everything they thought they knew before. Now the same internet that once ran with those rumors is circling back and looking at Lori and her circle sideways. Folks are really asking if he was being painted unfairly the whole time, especially with how everything played out in the end. Now the conversation has completely shifted, and people are not holding back at all. Everywhere you look, it's debates, reactions, and folks picking sides like this is a full-on showdown. Some are saying Michael really just leveled up in silence and let success speak for him. No drama, no back and forth, just results. And now that Oscar is sitting there like proof, and people can't ignore it. At the same time, others are still defending Lori, saying nobody really knows what happened behind closed doors. They're pointing out that relationships are complicated, and not everything needs to be explained to the public like that. But let's be real, the internet is not built for calm takes. People keep bringing up old posts, old interviews, and every little detail, trying to piece the story together like it's some kind of puzzle. And with Michael winning at this level, the spotlight is only getting brighter. Every past moment is being re-examined, every rumor is being brought back up, and the opinions just keep getting louder and louder by the day. And now people are starting to look at the whole situation from a completely different angle. With everything that's happened, a lot of folks are saying timing really exposed everything. Back then, all the attention was on the breakup, the rumors, and who was right or wrong. But now, with Michael reaching a whole new level, the focus has flipped. People are questioning who actually came out on top in the long run. You've got some saying this is the ultimate example of letting actions speak louder than words. No interviews, no online drama, just staying focused and leveling up until the results couldn't be ignored anymore. Meanwhile, Lori's name keeps getting pulled back into the conversation every time Michael wins something big. And whether it's fair or not, people are tying her past decisions directly to where things stand today. At this point, it's not even just about the relationship anymore. It's about image, timing, and how quickly public opinion can switch up when success enters the picture like this. As you can see, a lot of people believe Lori and her circle were really pushing the idea that Michael was the problem back then. And now, with everything that's happened, folks are saying this is his moment to get the last laugh without even trying too hard. The internet definitely picked a side too. Some people even started joking heavy, like one person saying, Lori Harvey, about to leave Damson Idris now that MBJ is an Oscar winner. And another added, Lori Harvey is getting rid of Damson to get back together with Michael B. Jordan. The comments have been wild nonstop. Now, whether that's true or just social media talking, people are clearly entertained by how this all played out. The energy has completely flipped and everyone's watching to see what happens next. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Michael seemingly getting the last laugh after everything? And do you really think Lori would ever circle back after his big Oscars win? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves messy celebrity drama.